The following is a Podbeard production.
Look at my butt.
Heavy the laxative.
Father, what is this?
I do not know.
My blood moon is rising once again.
In a world where two ordinary gamers team up to fight the forces of boredom, this is their podcast, and this is their story.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hodder.
And I'm Kaz.
And you're listening to Two Guys in a Game! Fight time! Great game!
Caztober edition.
Caztober edition. It's Caztober. Is it Caztober or Caztober?
Well, I guess it's Caztober, and my name's Caztober Jones.
Caztober and Caztober with Caztober Jones.
Yes.
Okay.
Cazador, Caztober. Yeah. Confusing.
Why can't it be Hodtober?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It is the month that Cazador Jones was born.
That's right. That is correct. That's why. So when's your birthday?
Soon. No further comments, Your Honor.
I have no. Cazador Jones has shown good faith by showing up here today and will not be this line of questioning. We hope you guys are doing fantastic. Thank you very much for tuning in to episode 43 of the podcast. We have a fun episode for you planned here today. We have kind of a lot of ground to cover, actually, because there's a lot of cool things going on.
And a lot of ocean to cover. And a lot of earth to cover. I don't know where I was going with that. Don't even look at me.
I was waiting for the song.
Just wait for a song. I'm like, don't even quote me on
Please
that.
don't wait for a song. It's not happening.
Please do not wait for it. Yeah, so we do have a lot to talk about today.
We do indeed. First and foremost, I want to just get this out of the way, because I have to always say, hey, Kaz, what's new? But I'm going to go first.
All right.
Because I very quickly want to thank all of the motorized windblowers for their support on my other podcast last week, because I had a huge episode of that. And I noticed just from looking at the stats and that a lot of the motorized windblowers did tune in for it. So thank you guys very much for the support on that. I seriously appreciate the hell out of it. Thank you very, very much. I promise I'm done now with that. No more talking about my podcast or anything. But I wanted to quickly thank everybody for that. So Kaz, I'm looking at what's new and exciting, but you want to tell all the good motorized windblowers out there what is going on in the life of Cazador Jones on this fine, Caztober Jones. Caztober Jones on the first episode of Caztober.
No comment.
Cazador Jones has shown good faith by showing
I'm
up
just
here.
joking. I'm just joking. Yeah. So you know, new and exciting is yesterday. I was like, it was my day off, and by yesterday, this is Tuesday. We are recording this episode, so I was I went out to do some stuff because I was like, you know, I'm not just gonna sit around today like I usually do. I'm gonna go out and do stuff. No, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to the store. I needed a new keyboard for my computer again. Fourth new keyboard. It's a charm.
Hashtag fourth keyboard.
Oh, they suck. And I needed some other stuff. And so I ended up going into Walmart, and I'm like, oh, you know, just browsing in the electronics section. And I go up and I see something that I've like been kind of like hesitant on buying, the joycons for the Switch, new joycons. Like I want another set of joycons because who doesn't? Like joycons are awesome. Right, TJ?
They are.
TJ's like looking up
They
at the ceiling.
are.
There's
and many people will die.
They're so great. No, so I walk in there and I was just kind of like, oh, you know, I'm looking at the Joy-Con selection. I'm like, I really wanted one specific color. Mm-hmm. And I had been looking online and they're sold out everywhere online. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what is this? Like, you don't advertise something I want and I can't have. That's not fair. That's like saying that you offer like a burger of some sort and then you don't do it at this location. What is this? No.
What is with that? As a fat guy, I am outraged.
I am outraged and sorry. That wasn't a fart. That was just one of the folds of my fat on letting some air out. Anyways,
can confirm.
Sorry, I don't mean to make fun of fat people on this podcast. That's just rude. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm in there and I'm like, all of a sudden, like my eyes just come across the color I want, and they're in a completely different spot than the other Joy-Cons. They're like weirdly off to the corner, shoved into the back. I'm like, what the hell? So I look at the guy who's in charge of the glass cases at Walmart and I go, buddy, open this up and get me these Joy-Cons. No, I didn't say it like that. I'm like, can I get something out of here? He's like, yeah, no problem. What do you need? I'm like, the yellow Joy-Cons. He goes, oh, dude. He goes, I'm getting those on Friday because Mario Party comes out this week, and I'm getting on Friday, which is conveniently when you will be listening to this podcast or past this. But he was like, yeah, I'm getting those this week. I'm like, yes. And
but I'm getting them today.
And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm getting them. So they'll be gone by Friday. And I'm like, well, it's Monday, so I already won. So I got them, and I was like super excited about it. I got home. I sent a picture to Mr. Hodder here, and he was like, "Oh, that's so cool! Way to rub it in my face. I still don't have a Switch, and now you have another set of Joy-Cons for your Switch."
Fuck you, Seth.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck you, Seth.
But yeah.
I still haven't uploaded them to social media, by the way. Just for the record.
Well, we'll take another picture.
Yes. We'll upload it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you get to it's nice to have another set of Joy-Cons. For those of you who don't know what the Joy-Cons are, they are what goes on the side of the Switch. They are basically like the controllers for the Switch, the main controllers, and each one is a controller. So each
you
side,
can separate them.
Yeah, so when you slide it off, you turn it into a controller, and they basically just become like a little dinky controller.
So like when we played, we talked a few episodes ago.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, and he brought it over, and I was playing on one of the Joy-Cons, and he was playing on one of the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, and what's kind of
really awesome.
What's kind of cool is too, if you have 4 sets of Joy-Con and they're all paired to one system, if you want to pick up, let's say I drop my Switch like this and don't take the Joy-Cons off, but I have my other Joy-Cons, my original red and blue ones, on the controller port, I can just drop this in, connect it to the TV, I hit the A button on the other Joy-Con, and it'll go which Joy-Cons you kind of want to use. Select the Joy-Cons. And so I just kind of pair it, and it goes boom, there you go, and it shuts the other Joy-Cons off right away. It's
That's
amazing.
sweet.
Yeah. And you can use 4. I'm pretty sure I can use all 4 on one console. So if I want to play 4-player, they just have to pair all the Joy-Cons because that's how it's been done for a longest time.
Yeah.
And now that Mario Party's out, I think a lot of more people are going to be.
Oh yeah.
Joy-Cons,
Well, I mean, I know that just to on that topic, interrupt you for a second. I know that look at how professional we are now. When I was up last month or a couple months ago now at my buddy's cottage, Brandon brought his Switch.
Right.
And he had his 3 or 4 Joy. I don't remember how many Joy-Cons he had. But like, it's such a cool thing to witness if you have never seen the Switch before, because he's sitting there. And someone's like, "Oh, can I get in on this?" And he's like, "Yeah." He throws him a Joy-Con,
whips the Joy-Con at their head, kills them instantly. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, it's instant death. Fatality. Brandon wins. He's all like, "I don't know what happened." No, but like, it's such a cool thing to witness. So they're really a fucking awesome feature.
It's an interesting little and like I've never really cared about the Joy-Cons too much, but one other nice feature about the Joy-Cons is, and like, yeah, I'm totally trying to sell Joy-Cons. No, they are pretty pricey. That's one downside, but you have to look at it as the fact that you're getting 2 controllers in one kit, right? So like, look how much you spend on an Xbox or PS4 controller.
So how much was that? How much were those
$110 Canadian.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, but
wow,
you have to look at it like this. Okay,
so just put it in perspective real quick for our American listeners, which there are a lot of you.
It's
that's
cheaper.
Probably like $79.99.
No,
or something.
maybe
$89.99.
I don't know
something
what it
like
would
that.
be. Something like, yeah, like it wasn't like $110 on the dot. It was with taxes and stuff. It came to like 100 and maybe 115,
But $100
$16.
give or take.
But close to that, yeah. Like, I don't know. I bought other stuff too, so my bill was like $150 altogether. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways,
about $100.
Wasn't a bad deal. It's nice because one, yes, if you want it to be like a party system, you want extra Joy-Cons. The other nice thing is the customization aspect of it. I don't have to use these 2 together. Okay. I can slide one of these off and take one of my old ones and pop it in and have my own custom Switch. If you were to buy all the colors, you could literally use any of the colors.
Different multicolors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Which
cool.
is nice. So you can actually make it look cool. Like, obviously the colors I have, the red and blue, don't go with this neon green at all. So I've just been kind of sticking to these 2. But it's so much fun. And it's almost like getting a different system, too. It kind of like throws you off.
It's sharp, too. Like, they look sharp.
Yeah, and I like it, too. Like, I like the yellow. It's really nice. And, like, but the other nice thing is now they've also come out with options. So let's say you already own the red and blue one. That's the most popular one. Or you got the black one. Well, let's say you don't want to buy, like, they don't offer the red and blue separately, I don't think. I mean, I know you can buy individual Joy-Cons if you need to replace yours. I've seen them at EB Games and everything like that. So let's say you don't want to buy, like, the multicolored ones that they have out there, or you didn't want the red and blue one because you're like, I don't need the red and blue. Like, I want the same color ones. They actually offer online just either the solid reds, both sides, or the solid blues, both sides. It's kind of nice. And they're also coming out with a lot more, which we discussed in... like off of the Nintendo Direct one where they're coming out with like the Pokemon Let's Go Switch.
Yeah, the ones with like
they're going to offer those Joy-Cons for sure. They'd be losing out on that market. So that's another thing. And I'll probably end up buying either the Smash ones or the Pokemon ones just to have another set of Joy-Cons. And that's the fun thing is it's like a customization thing. It's your Switch. You get to do what you want. And I really like that idea as well. So like when you buy another set of Joy-Cons for your Switch, you're giving yourself another, I think it's a total of 3 options. If you have the 4 Joy-Cons, you're giving yourself 3 customization options with the way you look at it.
Which is sweet.
Which is nice. So yeah, that's pretty much what's exciting to me. I just wanted to go off on that. It's really cool. It's not a bad deal. Like $100, yeah, it might seem steep to a lot of people, and I get a lot of people who are gonna be like, no. But it's also nice because you're not gonna wear out your other Joy-Cons, which is what I was getting to. My buttons on my other Joy-Cons were starting to stick, not like stick, but like you can feel there's some wear and tear. So I'm like, you know what? Like, let's rotate them out a bit here. And
well, and even from the standpoint of the Goodwill Gamer, hashtag Goodwill Gamer.
Yeah.
For me, I need to get a new PS4 controller because one of mine is like the left control stick is like I press forward and it's like nothing happens. Mm-hmm. So I'm like shit. Like it's
and they don't make controllers like they used to anymore, right? So they want them really to break. Bad. And that's unfortunate because it's the same with every console. My brother he just bought a new Xbox controller, and I was like, "Why did you buy a new Xbox?" And he goes, "Dude, look at these." He gives me them, and the joystick on them is completely warped. And I'm like, what? We pay $90 for this shit, and it breaks after 2 or 3 years of having it.
It's not good, man. It's not.
It's not. And like this is the same with the Joy-Cons. I'm not singling it out. Like Nintendo's the same way. Like these were not. That's the other thing though. These aren't made for hardcore gaming.
No.
And Nintendo says that explicitly. They go, this is for casual gaming. This is if you want to have fun. If you are a hardcore gamer, please buy our Pro controller. It's more durable. Mm-hmm. You know, I just bought these because I was like, I don't use the Pro controller. I'm a handheld person. I don't care if like, you know, and it's the same though. Like PS4 though, you would hope that their controllers, they are made for hardcore gaming.
Yeah, they are because like, I've had my PS4 now for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years, just over 2 years.
Ever since I was a little girl, I've had my PS4.
Yes, but you know, so the fact that I've gotten just over about actually it's been almost 3 years now. The fact that I've gotten that much out of the controller, like I'm pretty happy. Mm-hmm. But the fact that I have to go to the store and last time I saw the controllers, they were like $89.99 for one.
Yeah,
so
pretty ridiculous.
In comparison, just talking about the Joy-Cons. You know, yeah, it's $100, give or take, for 2 Joy-Cons. It's double that for 2 PS4 controllers.
Pretty much.
So, like, it's still a pretty good
like I said, the Joy-Cons are 2 controllers, essentially. Like, you can use it as one, obviously, when you're playing your single-player games. But the second that you want to play multiplayer games, they become 2 controllers.
Yeah, which is, you can't beat that.
And no consoles nowadays come with 2 controllers unless they're in some crazy bundle. Like, some magical bundle that just pops on Costco or something. Yeah. No, it comes with 1 controller because they're like, sorry, like, but... in a sense, I understand that. It's like if you really want a multiplayer, you'll go buy the other controller. Like, it's, you know, I get that. It's the option. They're trying to make it as cost effective for you to buy that system. Where the Switch is super cost effective. They've dropped their price since that Nintendo Direct, so it's not $400 now. It's $380 Canadian. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's not. I don't know what it is. I know. So no, it is. It is $380 Canadian because I remember it's region. Familiar. It's region specific, right? So,
probably like $350 or $3.
Whatever it is,
in America,
yeah. So but it's dropping in price because they want more people to buy the Switch, which is what they do. It's always their plan. They always drop their systems prices as soon as they can, and it's had almost a 2-year run now, almost, give or take,
just about,
almost, And so they dropped the price on it, and it's nice. So more people are gonna go out and buy it, and even like that's a significant price drop, $20, dude. People will look at that and go, well, that's still steep, but I'm gonna save my money. And
it's steep,
and it's not just Nintendo doing it. Like Sony's smart; they've come out with their Slims and for the PS4, and I've known a bunch of my friends actually just in the past couple of weeks who've gone out and bought a PS4 because they're affordable. They're not like $500 or $600 when the PS4 first came out, and that's something Xbox is missing out on. Is they don't lower their price. They just keep coming out with a new version of their console and selling it like at a higher price or stupid. Anyways, whatever. Not getting into that, but it's just that's what it is. So
well, I mean, just kind of ending off the controller talk in that.
And accessory talk.
Yeah, like I look at my my original N64 controller.
Yes,
which is currently at Brandon's house actually.
Which is dead. It is still dead.
Well, no, it still works.
Oh, okay.
Like it works better than most of the controllers I own. Like, and I don't know how.
Well, that's like even
I've thrown that control at the wall. I fucking.
Oh, and and those ones are notorious nowadays, obviously, because it's like what Nintendo 64 came out in 1994, 93, 92. One of those. It was like early 90s. So if you look to now, you jump ahead. It's like, Jesus, it's almost 30 years.
Yeah,
coming close to it. That's nuts. That the N64's been out. So these controllers, like they're like none of mine are still around. The joysticks are gone on mine. Like I still need to buy a new one, like you did. But when it comes down to the next console, GameCube, I have GameCube controllers that there's a little bit of wear and tear, but the joysticks never really went on. The only issue with the joysticks on those was the little rubber piece, right, that goes on top of it, which they've come out with solutions to fix that because we live in the modern age of technology. So you go on Amazon, you go, I want some GameCube toppers because my GameCube toppers, like for the joystick, is broken. Boom, put a new one on there. Your controller's as good as new. Or you can do what I do, just be smart, go and buy, you know, a new controller in general, which is always nice when the Smash one comes out. But yeah, and
well, I'm literally,
Hodder's even pointing to his 2DS, and like I have my 3DS here, and yeah, you know what, the circle pad.
Mine wore right off in like a couple days.
Is a very big problem. Yeah, my original 3DS, which my friend still has, he was like, I don't want you to be mad at me, but your circle pad's going. And I said, oh, I had that 3DS since 2013. It is 2018. That's 5 years.
Brandon had this thing forever.
And I played on that system hardcore before I got my next system. Like, I was into that system before I bought my new ones. Now, my new circle pads, like the circle pads on my other 3DSs aren't as bad because they're not as worn out. I didn't play as much on them. But that one, yeah, and he was like, oh, I don't want you to be mad at me. It's worn out. I'm like, dude, the amount of miles that 3DS has gotten, the battery barely holds a charge anymore. Like, that was the original 3DS. So, yeah, but even, yeah, you can tell the miles on that thing. But look, you know what? At the same time, though.
I mean, I ripped it off because it was all torn up. So I just ripped it off.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't have you used to have that rubber piece on it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's not even bad, though, because you could buy a new one and it just pops out and you can pop a new one in. Yeah. Like, it literally pops
That's
right
what
out.
I'm going to do, yeah.
So that's the nice thing with Nintendo is they've given you options and... Yeah, anyways, that's enough controller talk. I mean, I could go on and on about controllers. Like, one last thing that's really cool, though, is what I just have to add is the modification for the joystick from the GameCube controller that you can actually put into the N64 controller. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Well, I want to get, on that topic, too, like, I want to get my new toppers for my GameCube controllers, right? Because you've seen mine. They're completely worn out.
Mine are the same way, like, other than the newest one that I have, which I've been leaving at your house, which I actually probably need to get back from you because I've been hankering to play a game. Off topic. Sorry. Really want to play Paper Mario, though. Anyways. But yeah.
Gaming tangents are acceptable.
This
whole
but it's literally like, it's like $8 or like $12 for a pack of them, just like 4. And they give you the adhesive to put onto it if you need to. Sometimes it just clicks right in. Like, as long as it's not too damaged. But yeah, like, it's not like they have ways around to fix your controllers too. So it's really nice. Like Nintendo, they have not Nintendo, but people who are like, you know, gamers and stuff. They've innovated ways to fix your old controllers,
which is good to have.
Which is great, especially in this day. Like, when you're a kid, there was no way. There was no fucking way. Like, when I was a kid, if my N64 controller broke, I'd have to go and borrow one from a friend for like 4 years. That was literally the only option. Or you'd have to spend like none of my money because I had none because I was like a 10-year-old kid and I didn't have a job. So yeah, no. But anyways, that's our controller talk.
Yes, and what's new with you?
And what's new with me? Joy-Cons and blah blah blah. What's new with you, TJ?
So of course, you guys know me. I am the hashtag Google Gamer. So when I see a deal, I cannot pass it up. And this is going to also lead into what I'm playing this week, but I want to have a quick segment of gaming news before. So,
are you saying it's time for some game?
Not yet. I want to quickly
Fuck you too.
Just wrap this up because I like to make sure we wrap up our thoughts and what's new and everything. So you guys know that I can't pass up a deal. And for my birthday, I was fortunate enough to get a $50 PlayStation Network gift card.
What? Who gave you that?
That was actually my sister and her boyfriend. So
you have a sister who has a boyfriend?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I'd like to meet him sometime.
No, he's a great guy. He's a big gamer too. So
that's just like, oh, you don't want to meet my sister? No, just the boyfriend.
Just the boyfriend.
I think he'd be a cool guy.
Well, actually, you met him.
Did I?
Yeah, you met him the other day when he was.
Oh
shit,
shit, that was him.
Yes.
He was.
Shout out to Dan.
He was a cool guy.
I told him one time, you got to come on the gaming podcast. He's like, okay. I was like, all right, cool. Anyway, he doesn't sound like that, but whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, that was rude.
Anyway, moving on. So I got that gift card, and I was like, I'm going to buy myself a game. And I was thinking about buying Spooderman.
Spooderman?
Spooderman.
Oh,
yes,
Spoiderman.
Spoiderman.
Spoiderman. Spoiderman.
But then
does
after
whatever a spoider. Yeah. What's a spoider?
Spoiler is a spoiler.
Spoiler alert! No, just joking.
No, but so after our episode last week, which by the way, a few people messaged me and were like, "Dude, like
that was a terrible episode. We hate you.
There are people who literally were like, we're gonna buy the game now because of how hyped."
I know
Brandon made us.
Not even just that. I'm pretty sure like we all hyped it up though. Yeah. Like Brandon did a great synopsis.
Yeah, he killed it.
Shout outs to the producer, ex-producer. Sorry.
Oh, he's the ex-producer, but
why'd you have to leave us, man? Just come back. We miss you. TJ's not the same.
TJ does the shittiest. Who's TJ? Our new
TJ's the other producer that we hired. He's a piece of shit. TJ, double fist Arby's. But no, I'm just sure.
No. Okay. May I finish? Please, may I finish?
Please, can I finish? All right, I'm finished.
So I had this gift card, and I was like, I was going to buy Spooderman. Decided not to, just because I was like, as amazing as the game sounds, and I am going to get it, I'm like, I'm still gonna have to pay like $30 to get the damn game. So I'm like, I can't do it right now. So I was like, okay. So I look and I find that the Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I've wanted to get for a while, was on for like $12.79.
Tell me you didn't buy it.
Well, shit. Oh, I did.
Oh shit!
I bought it. And I was like,
Spoiler
okay,
alert. No,
I still have like $40 left to spend, basically. I have like $30 left. So I found a game that's, I don't know if it's really an indie game. I need to do a bit more research on it. I haven't actually played it yet.
Okay.
But it looked so freaking cool and unique, especially for me, because the type of gamer I am. I had to get it, and I am going to report on it once I give it a solid
We
play.
will report on this when we have more information.
Yes. And that game is called Salt and Sanctuary.
Ooh.
And it's basically, it looks like a really cool, like, kind of side-scrolling hack and slash game, but it's like super dark.
Oh.
And like,
I thought it was something to do with food in a sanctuary.
Nah. See, I wish, but that's why I bought it, right? I was like, oh my god,
I need salt and sanctuary. Oh my god. Burgers? No burgers. Should have got overcooked.
Damn,
Should have bought that overcooked game. Damn it.
Hey, Kaz, how many Hodders does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I'm not going to do that joke again. You already did it.
So I'm really excited about that, and I'll be sure to report it on you guys. And then also, I still had like $20 left.
Oh my god.
Because the game was only $12.99, so I was
I wonder what you bought.
And I was like,
Maybe I'll
wonder.
maybe I'll look at Kaz's indie games and see if he's got any good suggestions for me. No, that game looks like shit.
Maybe I look like a game that Kaz said I should have bought in episode 6.
Maybe episode 4. No, episode 6.
No, it was episode 6. And it was literally like last year. This time last year. And I was like, oh, look, it's Stardew Valley. A game that I have been trying to find a physical copy of. Because I wanted the physical copy.
Walmart.
So I came with them. Well, I couldn't find it at fucking Walmart.
I found it at Walmart yesterday.
Cool. I couldn't.
I really wish I had a physical Switch copy of it. That'd be nice.
So I bought my Stardew Valley. And you better bet your ass I'm going to have to talk about it with you.
Okay.
But first, I have something I want to report on.
So is this
So
gaming
we're going to
news?
go into a little gaming news!
Ready your shrinkers, everyone. It's now time for Hodder and Kaz's sexy news report.
Yes. Okay, so,
I'm tired of that one.
ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to this podcast regularly, you know that I am very excited and I'm excited, but I have mixed feelings about Fallout 76.
Oh, jeez.
And Kaz also has very strongly mixed feelings about it.
Mixed feelings about a lot of games.
And if you guys are not aware, on October 1st, it was reported on GameSpot and also all over the internet that the beta release date has been announced for the PC, PS4, Xbox One. And that is going to be October 23rd for the Xbox One, which is getting it first, obviously. And then October 30th for the PlayStation 4 and PC. Now, basically, Bethesda stressed, and that's why I wanted to cover it, that this is a stress test to basically break the game.
Nice.
They're like, we want
our servers to shut down.
That's
so
literally-
everybody plays,
yes.
so we can make sure that the capacity of our servers is ready for the actual game.
Exactly.
Smart.
They don't want any bullshit.
Hey,
They're
Bungie,
trying.
take a friggin' notepad and a pen. Fucking figure it out.
So obviously, they've kind of targeted the timelines for this, and they're basically like, okay, we want as many people playing as possible. Although, you know, there hasn't been any specific times confirmed yet as far as like where they're like, how many people we want on a session or anything. But basically,
They probably want a threesome.
that's what I would assume. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
But what kind of threesome? Dun, dun, dun.
They did say that players should expect things to go away because that's what this whole point is.
Oh, it should be
They're-
great. It should be fucking great.
They're saying it's a work in progress. You know, you're going to see tons of issues, but the whole hope is that when the game is launched on apparently November 14th is what they're saying here. That's when they're aiming for.
They're basically just like, our game is going to be shit. You're going to hate this beta. It is going to make you want to fucking throw your console out the window. But, please, can we finish? Once it gets released on November 14th. Once it gets released on November 14th, it might be good.
Well, the thing is, that's what they're trying to do, man. They're like, we want this game to be good for you, so let's fucking... And I'm totally for it. Like, I might get the bet. I'm seriously thinking about it.
You know what'd be really funny? If you start up Fallout 76 and it's just Skyrim. I mean, I know we've already said
Todd
that
Howard,
before.
you've done it again.
But yeah, that's interesting news. That's interesting news.
No,
Yeah.
I really want to talk about it. And also, on that note, as we end off this gaming news segment here, just on that, To play the beta, of course, you will need to be subscribed to the PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold membership. And then obviously you will need it when the game is released. But I feel like most people know that, but some people might kind of be like, wait, what? Object, Your Honor. So just wanted everyone to be well aware of that. I am really excited about it. The more stuff, and there also was a new trailer release, and it looks cool. So I'm excited, but I'm worried. But we'll see what happens.
I don't think there's much to be worried about. It's either there's only one thing that can happen with a game like that. Bethesda's behind it, so they obviously feel strongly enough about it to make this game. They put it off for a long time, making a multiplayer Fallout or Elder Scrolls games. Well, okay, that's not true. Elder Scrolls Online is a multiplayer game, but I'm talking about Fallout 76. This is their first time where they're actually going to be making a big strive for a Fallout game to be cooperative, and I don't think it's going to be bad, and I don't think it can't be really any worse than we're expecting it to be. Like, it's either just going to be a complete dismal disaster, and they'll learn from their mistake, and then they won't do it again, or it's going to be great, it's going to be successful, the fan base is going to really build it up, and yeah, even if they run into some roadblocks, like, that's understandable. We have to be a little bit understanding.
Yeah, and that's why they're doing the beta now. Like,
this is an online game. This is going to be something that can be updated constantly. It will be fixed. There will be bugs. There will always be issues on these games. Bethesda has never had a game that is run 100% smoothly without any glitches or freeze ups or anything. So going into buying this game, you have to be in that mindset. It's not going to be perfect. There's nothing about this game that screams it's going to be perfect. And some of you might not even like it because it's not going to be the Fallout that you know and love. It's a completely different concept. That is why they're making this game. And I think it's going to be good either way. I just don't want people to go in and go, oh man, I bought Fallout 76 and it's complete shit because it freezes up every 5 seconds and I've been playing it for 1 hour. Okay, well, the game just got released. You've been playing it for 1 hour. Maybe turn it off and give them, sorry, everybody. No! And,
the switch fell
but
off.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be a game that people are going to... It's going to be a certain part of the fan base that's going to play it. It's a certain part of people that are going to play it. And honestly, at the end of the day, I'm not one of those people personally. I do not find it appealing, but I'm not saying... but I'm not going to bash it. I'm just saying give it time, even when it comes out. Give it a year to smooth itself out. And I know that to a lot of people, that is like a long time, especially when they're putting $80, $90, $100 into this game. But if you are doing that, then that's your choice. You can't be angry at Bethesda for not, like, you're investing. When you go and buy a video game, you're investing in that video game. You've made that decision. You can't be mad at the developers for what you've paid for. That'd be like going to the grocery store and you looking at the milk and picking up an expired milk and then blaming the grocery store. Yeah, sure, they should have had it off the shelf, but you're the dumbass who paid for expired milk. So that's my rant. That's the gaming news. Thank you.
And good night.
And good night.
And good night, everybody.
Good night and good luck. And good night and good luck to you too, sir.
Okay, guys, so we're going to take a quick second to give a much-needed shout-out to our good friend, Mr. Jason Reese from Jaybird Digital Arts. Whether you guys need t-shirts, logos, business cards, phone manipulation, custom art, anything like that, Jason is your guy.
You've seen our logo. You've seen how awesome it is. Hit him up today by going to www.jaybirddigitalarts.com. That is JAYBIRD digitalarts.com. Go there right now.
Right now, guys. Just pause the podcast.
Jaybird Digital Arts!
Digital Arts! So, Kaz, the good people know, obviously, from what I said earlier, what I am playing this week. And I do want to talk about it a little bit, but what is Caztober Jones currently playing this
I don't
week?
play video games.
I don't actually play video games ever.
Video games are a waste of time. This whole podcast is a waste of time. Good night and good luck. No, I'm just...
Good night and good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you asked me what I'm playing. What, Pokemon?
I'm literally watching you play a game,
me play
right?
Pokemon right now? Yeah, I'm playing Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I'm currently shiny hunting for my next Pokemon in my badge quest. For those of you who don't know what a badge quest is, I feel like we've kind of discussed it, but I'll just kind of give it another synopsis here. Or a really quick one. Badge quest is when you play through a Pokemon game, and before every gym, you have to find a shiny Pokemon and capture it. You do not have to use that Pokemon on your team if you do not want to. You can use normal Pokemon on your team. But the idea is to basically motivate shiny hunters to hunt for Pokemon that are uniquely colored and basically fill up their shiny decks, which is something that I like to do. And this kind of motivates you. Plus, it also kind of makes you closer to your team. You get to nickname your Pokemon more because they're a different color. And they're more unique to you because not everybody's going to have that Pokemon, which is fun. So it kind of gives you that thing. So anyways, that's what I'm doing in my game right now. I currently have beaten 3 gyms, so that puts me up to how many shiny Pokemon have I found in this game? Well, I found more than enough shiny Pokemon in this game because basically what I do is I'm kind of like really, really dedicated to getting that Pokemon I want shiny. So if I don't get the right one, I'm like, oh, fuck this. I'm still hunting for it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have 7 shiny Pokemon, and I currently only need 3 or 4. Sorry, 3 or 4.
1 for each gym, right?
I only technically need 3, but because I was specifically hunting for a certain Pokemon each time, because what I try to do is as I'm doing my badge quest, I want to diversify my team, so I want to have all the types. Fortunately, it's a little tougher to do in Alpha Sapphire right now, but right now where I'm going for is I have shiny Grovel, which was shiny Trico at one point. I have shiny Hariyama, who is amazing.
So that's to Hariyama.
Shiny Electrike, who will become shiny Manectric. I think that's how you say it.
Manectric?
Its name, Manectric or something. I always try and think about the electric part of it, so Manectric or something.
Caztober?
I have Breloom, Shroomish. I have shiny Shroomish, which I'm training up to become a Breloom eventually one day. And I also have my Linoon, my shiny Linoon, which I also called it Ziggy Azalea. Shout outs. Because it's literally like one of my Pokemon that I don't really care about it, and it's just kind of, as we call it in the Pokemon community, the HM slave, where you just teach it all the HM moves, and it just kind of is in your party.
That's my Graveler.
So, yeah, and this game, it actually has been a pretty interesting ride playing this badge quest, because usually my badge quests are, they take a long time, but this one's been a little bit disheartening because I also lost a shiny. Which was like completely like, I don't even care. Like I knew I was going to, and I've talked about it. It was shiny Abra.
Yeah.
And I was really sad about that. And I was fucking pissed because I never, ever encountered a shiny Abra in all my time shiny hunting. And I've had so many opportunities too. So, and this one wasn't even me hunting. I was literally just walking through the cave and it popped up and I was pissed. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So I will never, ever get that shiny back because I never want it. Shiny Abra can suck a dick. And,
but then he evolves into Shiny Kadabra.
And Palakazam. So, and then on the other games I'm playing, so that's for 3DS. I'm playing Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, which is a remake of Ruby and Sapphire, which is great. And then onto my other console, my Nintendo Switchy. I am playing 2 games that I recently bought. So I was kind of like looking at what the eShop was offering, and I usually go on there every day to see what's new. And if there's something cool, like I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I'll buy into this. But there hasn't really been a whole lot appealing to me lately. So I've hummed and hawed. Anyway, so I decided, I'm like, oh, let's see what's on sale. Maybe there's something good on sale. I don't mind buying a game like that's on sale. So first off, one game I bought, it was 50 cents on the Switch store.
Jesus.
It's called Sparkle Evo 2 or whatever, and it's a really interesting concept game. I don't really know how to describe it, but basically it's just like you start off as almost like this microscopic body. I don't know how you're just microscopic.
And now, a sexy correction with your producer.
The word Cazo Jones was trying to say was microorganism, though I don't expect an imbecile like Cazo Jones to know it.
And you basically start eating things, but you can decide. No, that's what it is. You're eating
So it's like me.
No. You're just like eating like.
I started off as a microscopic organism.
You're swimming around, and that's what it is. Microscopic organism. Thank you.
No problem.
And you're swimming around, and basically you're eating these things. But the game starts off with you, and it says you can choose which path you want to be. Do you want this? Do you want strength? Do you want speed? Or do you want like defense? Or I don't know, like something like that. And so I was like, oh, okay. So it was only 50 cents. It's usually $4.99, but it was like 90% off. So I was like, okay, sure. So I just bought it. It was like 50 cents. Well, why not? Like, okay, it's 50 cents. Like I throw 2 quarters at homeless people all the time. Why don't I just throw it at my Switch? So there's that game. So I recommend. I don't know how long the sale's on. I think it's until actually the 4th. So it's probably over by now. Sorry, guys. But
sorry about your luck, buddy.
Sorry about that. Sorry. I wish this was coming out today because then I could warn you all. But it's not. So that one was good, but it's worth it. Even at $4.99, I don't see it being a bad game to buy. Like seriously, like it's something. It's just a little quick thing, and it's worth your time. Like if you're spending $5 on a game, you want to expect to be getting at least a half hour out of it. You're probably going to get at least 4 to 5 hours out of this game, I would expect, if you're doing a full completion on it. So that's a really interesting game. On top of that, I also bought 2 other games, which I was like, you know what? Like, these games look good. So I watched the trailers for them. One of them is called Ocean Horn. This is Monster of the Sea or something. I'm sorry, I cannot think about the titles for the life of me right now. Interesting. The reason why I bought this game was it looked like Zelda. Simple as that. A complete Zelda clone. It almost mashes 3 Zeldas together, in my opinion. So it mashes Wind Waker. It takes Breath of the Wild because his outfit, it like matches Breath of the Wild. Like, I'm surprised they aren't getting sued for the way that this guy looks. Like, he looks like Breath of the Wild Link. And also A Link Between Worlds, the way that the world looks like, the overhead mechanics. So, interesting concept. Not a great start, I'll say that. Not very appealing to me to want to actually get into the game. But after you kind of get through the initial tutorial and stuff, and you go and you fight some of your monsters, it does start to open up a bit. But at the same time, it very much feels like, and I feel like people were going to be like, oh, no, this definitely was what it was, Kaz. Or, yeah, no, Kaz was right. I feel like it was like an iOS game. Like, that's what it feels like. I could be completely wrong, but the way it's set up...
That's where it started off.
Yeah, it had to be like that. Like, I could be completely wrong. I haven't really done my research on it, but that's what it feels like. And it just, that's where the appeal kind of gets lost for me. Like, there is some fun concepts. You can talk to people. It's a RPG level-up system, so you level yourself up. It's great. And the boat system in it, little dry. You don't get to control where the boat goes. It's kind of just, you pick a place to go and you sail to it. So that's one of the downsides. But yeah, that's why I feel like it's very much like, before it even got on the Switch, it had to be something of a, like some sort of iOS game. I don't know. It just, but it's still, it was worth it to me because it was on sale. I spent $12 on it. I was like, whatever, I don't care. I'll just buy it. Anything that's that cheap. And yeah, like I said, it is still fun. I'm still going to give it a shot. I'm still going to try and play through it. It's not hard. It's not like to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm stressing over it. So it's a nice casual, relaxing game. And it's got some fighting aspects to it that are kind of fun, I guess, if you want to call them that. And yeah, but it very much is a Zelda clone. Like, they're not hiding the fact that it's a Zelda clone at all. And for my last game, my final and foremost game, which I will delve into more on next week's podcast, which you will hear soon, hopefully. Unless you're deaf, then I apologize. Apologize for offending you. But I guess you didn't hear this, so am I really offending you? Oh, shit. Now the family members are going to be offended. Oh, why did I even open my mouth? Unless all the family members are deaf, then I'm okay. Shit. Doesn't really matter. I've just offended a bunch of people. Anyways.
Hashtag offensive. Hashtag I am offended.
Hashtag Kaz opens his big fat fucking mouth again. So my third and final game is interesting because this game to me was the one I almost didn't buy. Because I looked at it and I said, you know what? No. Bad. This game does not look fun. And I was just like, I'm not buying it. But then I started reading the description. And then I watched the video. And I was like, okay, maybe, okay. And then I saw the price cut on it. It was 50% off. So it's a $40 game. This is a $40 fucking game. It was $20. I was like, all right, you know what? $20. This seems reasonable. I'm not spending $40 on it, but I'll spend $20 on it. Why not? You know what? I'll give it a shot. This game has changed my life, ladies and gentlemen. And I will not talk about it because Mr. Hodder decides he wants to talk about Stardew Valley again. Good for him. Good for you, Hodder.
Yes, good for me.
He's like, yeah, shut up, Kaz.
You gotta hype.
Anyways, it is called...
people tune in next week.
It is called It'll Do 2 Plus. It is exclusive for the Switch, the 2 Plus version of it. And it is incredible. Now, originally, there's It'll Do, which is the first game. And then there's It'll Do 2. And now there's It'll Do 2 Plus, which is exclusive for Switch. And It'll Do is going to be Kaz's Indie Game of the Month next week.
Ooh.
And we will talk about it more next week.
Oh my! Give it the full rundown next week.
Yes, and it's great. And I don't really want to talk about it much more than that, but it's, if you have not bought It'll Do 2, definitely get a jump on that. And then maybe if you play it over the next week and then you tune into our next podcast, you'll be like, oh my God, Kaz, you were right. I don't even have to listen to your podcast. I already bought it. It was great. So anyways, yes, I will talk about it more next week and I will get more in depth to it and why it is going to be the Indie Game of the Month and why it is an amazing game and why it was worth every penny I spent on it. So yeah, that's that. That's what I'm playing. Now it's time to, make the rest of the podcast about the lame gamer.
Yes.
Just joking.
Or the Goodwill Gamer.
Gamer,
I have too many nicknames. So
the Burger Chomper, the light bulb twister.
I need to go on a quick tangent real quick. So I go up to our buddy Brandon, who we work with, and I said, "Hey Brandon, how many hours does it take to screw in a light bulb?" And he didn't understand like the question. I was like, "How many of me would it take to screw in a light bulb?" He's like, "Well, one." I'm like, nah, it takes 4. And then I did the joke, and he thought it was funny.
You're welcome. You're
It was
welcome,
a fucking
everybody.
hilarious joke. If you guys hadn't heard the joke, just go back and listen to our episode last week, because it was really funny. Like, it was too funny. I was dying laughing because it came out of nowhere. But anyway, so as I was saying earlier, I finally took Kaz's recommendation on buying a game that was really cheap for me to get. It was $20. And I was like, you know what? If I get 20 hours of gameplay out of this game, I'll be really happy.
You're going to get more than 20 hours of gameplay. I think.
Oh, buddy. I am currently at, I think it was 30 hours. I think I'm at, give or take.
I'm at 106 on my first file.
Jesus. I could see that. I really could. What? Guys, what the hell are you doing?
I was eating a burger, and then you gave me that look, and you told me to basically with your eyes to stop eating. So
Kaz was trying to eat a nice.
It's not my fault these mics pick up everything. Next week we listen to the episode. What is that in the background? Yes, fuck me harder, fuck me harder. Oh my god, that's the neighbors. Jesus Christ, our podcast. Wait, is this the only reason why people listen to our podcast? Go back through every podcast. It's just like a porn cast. Oh shit.
Hashtag porncast.
Oh god. Yeah.
Or hashtag burgercast.
But yeah.
No, but so Stardew Valley is a game I am playing this week and was playing basically all of last week, and it is. We talked about it in episode 6. But I feel like that was long enough ago that like most people probably didn't hear it.
Yeah, like who
Let's
even
be
plays Stardew Valley anymore? Not
Just me.
Said the cow with the 4 horns on his head.
Just me. But what's amazing about Stardew Valley, because when I got it, you were saying like you're like, dude, like you're really gonna enjoy it because you're like it is such a just relaxing game, and I was like, I mean, like how relaxing can it really be? Because you're still doing stuff, but then I started playing it, and I was like, oh my god, this
It's
is
infinite bliss,
amazing.
isn't it?
Dude, it's amazing.
It's amazing how it just kind of it just all falls into place for you, and every day in game is just something new, and it's just something you want to do, and you want to farm, and it's just like somehow it just motivates you to do all this stuff with like a little payoff. I don't even understand how it does it. It's just almost like it's kind of, I think what it is for us is as gamers and as even people who aren't gamers who pick up this game, to me is it's so casual and fun, but at the same time, it's kind of like, wouldn't that be such a nice life to live? Like just to have a farm, it's just casual.
why.
You live in a small town, everybody knows everybody. The general store is nice
Everyone's
and
nice.
friendly.
Yeah.
All this crazy stuff, and then on top of it, they throw a whole huge fantasy aspect into the
Yes.
game.
Well, that's
Go into
yeah.
the mines where the ancient dwarfs used to mine stuff, and then you get to fight all these crazy ass beasts that will ass fuck you if you. No, I'm just joking. That was really
that's it.
dark. That got dark.
That got dark really
real
quick.
quick.
What the hell just happened? I don't know what's going on. But like with me, like the second I started off the game, I was like, okay. I started doing my thing. I started doing my farming and everything, and I was like, okay, good. Then next thing you know, I'm like, oh, the day's over. Oh shit, I haven't even planted anything. So I went to bed, got up the next day, finished my tilling and everything, and I'm like, okay, time to go get seeds. I was like, it's 5 o'clock. I'm like, wait, what? Like, there's so much to do, and there's so much content in this damn game, just from the farming aspect of things.
Yep.
And then, so I got my farm plated and everything, and I was like, okay, cool. Of course, I named my guy Hodder. And what do you think? What do you think I would have named my farm?
Casland.
No,
Hodder Studios.
no, you get one more guess. Come on. Starts with a P.
Podbeard
No,
Farm.
Pod Farm. Hashtag Pod Farm.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Why not?
I don't know.
It's like Pod Beard, but Pod
I don't know.
Farm.
I'm gonna open up Stardew Valley on my Switch right now because I can do that, and
I can't.
and you can't.
Screw you. But I literally, like, I was playing, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm running around doing my farming, and the next thing you know, I'm chopping down trees. I'm doing all this shit, and there's so much going on, and it wasn't. I was like halfway through the first month, and then I realized, oh my god, there's the caves too, and that added a whole other aspect to this game. And the day I got the game, I had like a really long day, and I was really stressed out, and I was like, oh man, I need to like relax and chill. And I sat down and played that game for like 6 hours, and I literally felt like I'd just been on vacation.
It's nice.
It was just amazing. But like on top of that, like just the overall idea of the story is just you're someone who has had a mundane life, and I'm looking at Kaz's.
So these are my files.
Look at all that gold.
Kaz is looking at my file.
Hodder Grove Farm.
Because that's my current one, Kaz. That's the one where I'm fucking around with like everybody in the town, and I'm just like going around and being like, fuck
I like how you named it after me.
The Hodder Grove. Is it
Hodder
Hodder
Grove?
Hodder Grove Farms? And then look at the next one.
So Much Work Farm.
And then and then my
Casland,
first
of course.
file.
Casland, of course.
Casland Farms. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You're like, so
104
much
hours.
gold. So much gold. But you know how much work it takes? Look at what year I'm on. I'm on year 4 in that game.
See, I'm on year 2, halfway through, and I have almost 100. So I'm like, I think I'm
100.
doing-
You almost have 100
Yeah.
grand? Nice.
I'm
Actually, I
doing
haven't been
pretty
on
good.
this. I haven't been on this file for a while. I'm just opening up while TJ's going to talk about it, and then just so I have some rebuttal points here. But yeah, like, so you're on year 2, like you said.
So basically, my first
you're-
year, I basically just figured everything out.
Yeah, that's what the
yeah.
first year always is, right? And then you get to winter, and it's like really like, the fuck is going on here?
Well, see, I was really prepared for winter because when during the late summer, I kind of felt like I was really comfortable with the game. So I went in the fall and I got my chickens, and I got my 4 chickens. I set up some trees, planted some trees, and I had some tappers in them and stuff. And I upgraded all my equipment so that I was ready for the winter because I knew I couldn't plant any damn crops. And you have a kid. That's hilarious.
I have 2 kids, actually.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, this is my daughter, and I have my son, and he's a little asshole. He's over here. And there was a glitch in the game.
Okay.
So your kids can just like glitch the walls, and you won't see them for like 4 days, and then they'll just come back out, and they'll be normal again. So yeah, so here's my son. What's his name? What is your name, asshole? Let me look up here. I gave them really good names. Trust me. They're
Oh,
good.
God.
So there's my wife, Emily. There's my, that's her sister, who's my mistress. Believe it or not. It's not even my fault. She just fell in love with me, okay?
It's not my fault.
Patrick, so I can call him Tiny Rick.
Shouts to Patrick.
Get it? Rick. That's my son, Patrick.
Rick.
And my daughter, who probably still fucking hates me. Where is she? What did I name her? Ella. There it is. There she is. Ella. Ella, get your umbrella. And yeah, basically in this file, all I'm trying to do now is just make everybody fall in love with me. So I made Leah fall in love with me.
That's my wife.
So me and her have made out, and
Me and her have made out. No big deal.
me and Haley have made out, and that's Emily's sister, which Emily doesn't know. But I think somebody was telling me the other day there's a mechanic. I don't know if it's in the Switch version yet, but there's a mechanic now. They confront you.
They do, yeah.
And they're
Apparently
like,
it's in all of them.
"What the fuck did you do?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, your sister's a hot blonde woman." Okay.
sorry.
I didn't understand how marriage worked when I first started playing this game. So when I proposed to you, it was because you were the only woman who loved me. That's literally how I look at it. It's bad. I'm not an unfaithful person though. I still love my wife very much.
Yes, of course.
Wait, let's see.
See, I only have one person who's like I'm interested in or was interested in me, and that was just Leah. Because like I did a little bit of research, and basically they were like, yeah, she's one of the ones who helps you a lot on the farm.
Well, they all help you on the farm.
Basically, I read that a couple of them don't.
Oh, well, Emily helps me on the farm all the time. Like, I'll go out some mornings and she's just standing there. She's like, I watered all your crops for me. I'm like, fuck yeah, you did. Sweet.
I'm gonna go spelunking.
I'm going to go spelunking for the rest of the day. Fuck yeah.
Well, and what's really cool about like the whole? I mean, obviously with the farming aspect of that. I guess I was talking about
Holy
winter.
shit. What am I doing with my life? Look at all this cauliflower. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting TJ's thing. I'm going to turn off Stardew
It's
Valley.
fine.
No,
I'm
I'm
used
done.
to it.
I'm not interrupting your thing.
No, may I finish? Please, may I finish?
Fuck. That was a lot of cauliflower.
That was a lot of cauliflower.
That was a lot of farming shit.
I can't wait to show you. Me and Kaz are hanging out Saturday.
Yeah. The day after this podcast comes out, we're hanging out. Yeah.
We're gonna actually hang out and get to like actually game for like a few
We're gonna play on my
hours.
Switch for a long time.
I'm so
We're
excited.
gonna.
Well, I
we
wanna
should
show you
get
my
Brandon
farm.
over, and then we can get Mario Party, and we
Maybe.
can party with Mario.
Fuck, you heard it here first, folks.
Heard it here
We're
first.
so excited about that. This is the fact that we're gonna be able to hang out and just game for a few hours. I'm so excited. But anyway,
Stardew Valley.
Get back on topic, goddammit, TJ. I'm sorry, everybody. So obviously with the winter, because I was talking about the winter.
The winter sucks.
So I
balls.
I went into winter with I think I had 20. No more sandwiches. I had
no more tangents.
I had 20 gold. Like I had 200,000
2,000 or 200,000?
No, 200,000 gold.
Oh shit, son! This is year 2 or year 1?
Year 1.
Wow.
In the winter.
Wow,
Yeah,
you really cleaned
I
up
did
in the summer. and
I
fall.
did pretty good, man.
Well, you know what? Like, not to, since we're just discussing it.
Not to say fuck you, but
Something that's really no, not fuck you. No. I just think that something I missed in my first year that a lot of people probably didn't miss, but like I didn't realize some of the crops went over to the next season.
Yes.
So that's something where I
figured that out.
completely
I
fucked
figured that
up
in the end
on.
of summer.
So I thought once corn was done, you couldn't grow. So
Yeah.
I always
Chopped it all
stopped.
up.
So I
Yeah.
always stopped at the last day because I made that mistake in spring. I kept planting crops like
Yes.
on the last day of spring, and then they die on summer. I was like, fuck. So I don't do that anymore. And I didn't realize that corn went over into fall and like other stuff went over into fall. So I stopped planting it for like 6 days and then waited till that.
Yeah,
and then they
yeah, I
said,
did the same thing.
corn's still good. I was like, So the next year, all I did was I literally at the second year, at like the end of fall, I bought like 200 corn bags, and I just was like, next year I'm gonna plant all this corn. You're gonna see, yeah, right at the end of spring, I'm gonna plant all this corn. And so I did it, and that was my most successful year. I think I was up to like probably $1 million. No,
Wow.
whatever I was at there. I have a lot of money.
Just over $1 million.
I have a lot of money. That's
I
all
have
I'm
a
gonna
lot
say.
of money,
I'm a
everybody.
rich man in this game, as you can see. So yeah, so I went up to $1 million, and then I was just like, that was me for the whole. That's all I did. I just grew corn. I didn't grow any other crops. Like, or
Well, that's the way to
anything.
do it. Like, I'm trying to get a lot of the bundles right now.
Yeah, but the only other issue with it is if you don't grow anything else, and then your people need stuff from you, like
you're
they need other
screwed,
crops.
yeah.
You're like, fuck, I can't do this quest till next year and everything. It's just like, yeah. So like, it's nice to always just like right. At the
I just don't
beginning-
accept it.
Right at the at the beginning of the season, the strategy is buy 10 of it every crop, and then pick your crops that are going to make you the most money if you can afford it. If not, pick the crop that's going to grow the fastest that costs the least. So like wheat, it's 10 cents or 10 gold a bag. Just grow a bunch of wheat and sell it back until you have enough to buy a bunch of corn, because corn's like 80 or whatever. But what you always do is just grow 10 of everything else, put it in your house, store it. So if somebody needs like a fucking pumpkin, and they're like, oh yeah, I need a pumpkin, and it's the middle of winter. You're like, well, you're a fucking asshole. You should have bought a pumpkin when it was fall. I need a pet snake. I don't even have snakes. Can you get me a snake? No.
I need the blood of a virgin.
If
Can
you get me
the
that
blood of a
snake, I'll give you a heart, which will make me want to marry you next week. I don't want that, though.
But I don't want to marry you, Bob.
I don't want to marry
Just
you.
about.
I don't want to marry you, Mayor Gunderson. No, yeah.
But well, and what was interesting that to finish my whole winter thing, like when I discovered it at near the end of summer that my corn was going to go into fall. So that's why, because when I was in midsummer, I had like 5,000 gold, and I was like, I'm screwed for winter.
You're fucked.
Because I knew I was like, I need like at least 10,000 gold. So I literally I got like 100 things of corn, and just my farm was filled with corn. And I was like, all right, cool, very good. And I got my chickens, I got all my stuff. And when winter came, I had that 20,000 gold, and I literally just spent the entire winter working on my relationships, which I didn't do very good at, except for the one I married. I actually married her. I proposed to her in the winter. So that was like, I think I ate it. So it was like the first day of spring we got married. I was like, I'm Michelle Classe. And so I worked on that. I worked on my foraging, obviously, and some of the bundles and that. But literally, I went from level like 50 in the mines to level 100 over the winter.
Oh yeah,
because I was
that's
that's all I
the
did.
time to do it, man.
And then
That's why I don't even bother. I don't even bother spelunking on my new file right now. I'm like, focus on your crops, save your money up, and then once winter comes, it's perfect time to go spelunking. That's it. You just literally go spelunking all winter. And you don't have to worry about your crops, because there are no crops until you get your greenhouse. Once you get that greenhouse, oh my god,
Everything changes.
life is so good.
Well, and my chickens helped too, because what I did was, because I got them near the end of summer and I had them for the entirety of fall, they matured into chickens that had, could lay eggs.
Right.
For the winter.
Do you have the
But I
demon
had them
chicken
built
yet?
up. Not yet.
Oh, it's pretty fun.
I had them built up though, because I pet them every day and stuff, and so they all had like 2 hearts. So every morning I'd go out and there'd be not only large eggs, but they'd be like at least a silver star. So I would make, and then I had my sap and everything too. I had like 10 trees of maple syrup and 10 trees of pine sap, and then a couple of the oak resin. So I had all this stuff that would still make me money in the winter.
Yep. And,
then I had all
one
my
thing I
spelunking.
will recommend for you to do is buy pigs.
Okay.
Buy pigs immediately.
I just built a farm and got cows.
Yeah, so get pigs, because the more pigs you have, the more truffles they find. And truffles, the higher quality truffle, money you can sell it for. And you can also make truffle oil. That's like that's the only thing I use for money now, other than my crops, like, which you just saw there. I think I'm in spring now, my 4th year on that file. So like, I can honestly, like, at this point, the game is pointless for me to play at this point, unless I want to just go spelunking in. I don't want to spoil anything for you.
I know there's another thing after the mines.
There's like a super dungeon.
Yeah,
There's a
I
super
was-
mine in
yeah,
the middle of
I
the
knew
desert.
that, yeah.
It's pretty crazy. But you have to start working on your bundles, and that gets really tedious. And like, especially the fishing bundles. Holy shit.
I don't even fish, dude.
Dude, you
I
have
don't
to
fish.
though. The
Like, I
fishing
don't
bundles,
care.
you need to get them done, because they rebuild stuff, right? Like every time you finish a bundle, it builds something in your town, right? So
I
like,
just don't give a fuck about
so you need to
fishing.
fix the bus so you can go to the desert. You can fix the mine carts around town. So
I did that, and
you
I
can fast
fixed it
travel
for the quarry already.
And the quarry. What else is there? Blowing open the river for the mine, so you can start panning for gems and stuff. Like there's so much stuff that you can do in this game. Like it's incredible. Like, and I like me, shout outs to one of my buddies. I'm not going to say his name just because I don't want to say his name and you know, he gets like offended or whatever. I don't think he would, but he was also talking about me to Stardew Valley, and he bought it like 3 times. So he bought it on the PC, he bought it on his one console, he bought it on another console, and then he was thinking about getting it for the Nintendo Switch. And I was trying to convince him, like, get it so we can play multiplayer. Which I don't even know how multiplayer works because I don't have.
Well, it's not out yet.
Is it not?
Not for I don't. Maybe it's out for the Switch. No, I think it's just out for the PC right now.
That's what I was thinking. I
positive it
don't
is.
think it's out for any other
Because they're
consoles.
saying that it's going to come out for the consoles, and when it does, I'm so fucking excited if it does.
Yeah, but
really
I'm
hope they do
hoping it has
cross-platform.
cross-platform.
Same.
Because if
Then
it
we
has
can-
cross-platforming, mean you can play.
We're
going to make a farm. It's going to be called the Podbeard Farm. And
We can't do Podbeard Farm. It has to be like a certain amount of letters.
Oh, fuck you too. That's what we're going to call our farm.
Well, fuck you too. Kaz Productions. Kaz Farm.
Yeah, no, I don't think there is actually a multiplayer.
There's no multiplayer yet for the consoles. I know because I was looking it up. Because I was all excited because I thought me and Sam could play it, but we cannot. But it's an amazing little game, and if you're someone out there who you haven't bought the game, I highly recommend it. You can get it for cheap, and it is it's also technically an indie game, technically. And there's just so much freaking content in this damn game. The only thing I don't like about the game is the fishing mechanic. That's it. I hate the fishing mechanic. I can't stand it. I don't fish. I don't care. But everything else is amazing. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's probably one of my favorite games I've played this year. Mm-hmm. That's a bold statement because there's a lot of games I've played.
No,
this
it
year.
actually is honestly like when he says it's one of his favorite games he's played this year, it is probably the best game that I have played this year. The one that I've put the most time and effort into, and like it's the replay value on it is infinite. You cannot play this game. Like, I mean, eventually you'll get tired and
after a while,
eventually,
it's
like
okay,
every
you
game,
crops
you learn what to do, and it just kind of becomes like same old. But if you have not played it, please play it. Like,
should,
I mean, it just
Look
like
at it.
the
It's amazing.
expansion that you can do on it,
Look at all those pigs.
and
You just have everything laying around. That's hilarious.
oh yeah, dude. Like I have
have
my
everything
farm,
all fenced
My
in.
farm is fully built, and I just kind of let them walk around. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and they're not going to go anywhere.
They're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I
Where are
don't
they
have,
going
I
to go?
barely have any trees on my farm. I'm really I've cleared my whole farm out. I like the game takes so long to do too, and I'm not saying it's in a bad way. It's not something that you can just rush
No, it's
through.
not.
It takes time, and I think that's something else that's about the game that really makes it unique. Is it's one of those games that it's not particularly like anybody can be better than you at this game.
No.
And it's not like it's a competition. It's literally the most relaxing simulator game that has fantasy aspect that really just you have to be patient with it. It's one of those games that takes time, but that's the nice thing about it. It really does.
The payoff is amazing.
Yeah, and it's just satisfying. Overall, that is the biggest thing to take away from Stardew Valley. It is a satisfying game, and honestly, I hope that they make more. If they don't, it's not a big deal. One was enough.
I just want multiplayer. That's all I want. From
I honestly am like, I'm super, super impressed with this game. It is probably the best game I've played all year. I will give it.
Oh, for sure.
I will give it Caztober Jones 5-star approval rating, which means nothing.
I will give it the Hodder 8.5 star out of 8 approval rating, which also means nothing.
I will give it 16 Jaybird Digital Arts out of 14 Brandon Bowdens. That's good though.
That's like the best rating.
That's the
I've
best
ever heard in my
rating
life.
ever.
Haha. Awesome. Well, with that out of the way, we, of course, before we sign off today, want to make sure we give some shout-outs.
Shoutouts initiating!
So, of course, want to give a shout-out to all of the motorized wind blowers. Thank you guys very much for tuning in today's episode. We seriously appreciate it and all the support. You know, we love you guys. Of course, want to give a shout-out to our good friends over at the Amazing Nerd Show, Christian and Damon. They are two amazing podcasters. They're killing it right now, so go check them out if you're a fan of horror stuff as well. You should definitely check them out because they're kind of having like a whole month where they're just talking about horror movies and stuff, and so that's really, really cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, I want to give a shout out to brothers from Down Under, mate. The Bearded Gigs. They're back as of this week, actually. Tuesday, they dropped a brand new episode talking about the movie Upgrade. So definitely go ahead and check them out. They're a great podcast, great dudes, great supporters of us. Of course, I want to give a shout out to our buddy Josh from Still Loading Podcast. Josh is a wonderful human being, all around great dude and podcaster. I'm actually going to be on his show this week.
Nice.
So I'm very excited about that. I have the honor, and I'm so excited
and
about
the privilege
of being part of the final episode of his 40 for 40 that he was doing, talking about 40, SNES games.
Oh, okay.
And It's going to be interesting. We're talking about WWF WrestleMania. And let's just say it's a fucking train wreck. but it was a lot of fun. And then, of course, talk about two guys in a game and stuff. Talk about you and things.
Whatever.
So,
Sounds like a lame
lot of fun.
podcast.
It's a lot
Shouldn't
of
talk
fun.
about me. I'm not interesting.
Right? But yeah, shout out to Josh. Go ahead and be sure to check him out wherever you find your podcast, especially for me this week. I'll be sure to share it on our page. Of course, want to give a shout out to our buddies over at the Drinks of Larry podcast. Great podcast. Always have a great time. They actually just had a big interview with Ken Shamrock, who is a former wrestler and UFC fighter.
Wow.
Most interesting man in the world. You know?
Nice.
No big deal.
No,
So
not a
that's
big
really
deal
cool.
at all.
Apparently, he makes something for me. I haven't listened to it
Wait,
yet.
I just bring that up at the end of the podcast. No,
Right?
just check it.
I haven't listened to it yet. I'm going to be listening to it tonight, but apparently he makes fun of them for playing video games, so that's hilarious. I want to hear that. I think that was funny. Of course, we want to give a shout out to everybody else who supports us. Thank you very much. Shout outs as well to the hashtag Pod and Family and the hashtag Gaming Pod Squad. We appreciate it. Shout outs to the Podbean Network and everybody on there. And shout outs to Caztober Jones. And shout outs to Arby's for keeping us
ruining
fueled,
our podcast this week.
keeping us fueled for this podcast.
Yes, it's not a podcast without Arby's. Arby's.
Makes your hamburger an Arby's.
Arby's. They'll give you the meat that you deserve.
Ha-ha! They'll give you the meat, all right, mate. Yes, mate.
You can't beat this, mate. Yeah! Woo! I made a pun.
Yay!
It's all about masturbation. Oh, wow, what a way to end this podcast. Well,
So good. The best ending.
the best ending. You can't beat this meat. Arby's. Give us free stuff.
Yo, if we got sponsored by Arby's...
No, I want to get sponsored by Nintendo before I get sponsored by
I
roast
want to
beef.
get sponsored by
No,
Arby's.
you know what? Roast beef.
No. Anyway, okay, so Kaz just wants to eat his burger, so we're going to sign off here. Everybody, I have been Hodder.
No, I'm just joking. And I've been Caztober Jones.
And we'll catch you next time on Two Guys and a Kid!
Caztober edition.
Caztober edition. Bye, everybody!
Last word.